welcome back to Homeworld, Deserts of Kharak.
The Ashoka is damaged and on the run. Yet despite the artifacts we've recovered and the upgrades we've made to the Kapisi, we are still no match for her speed. Having relocated to a wide debris field deep within the Baladin Dune Sea, the Ashoka appears to be conducting much-needed resource operations. The Sakala will maneuver to the north and draw the Ashoka away. The Kapisi will then strike directly at the enemy resourcing operations. Once we have wiped out their ground forces, we'll move to eliminate the Ashoka, clearing a path to the site of the primary anomaly.
I'm not very confident about this, honestly.
The Sadim have transferred us 2 bombers to assist in the operation. All units, prepare for battle.
Like, seriously, I think this is actually going to go horribly south. The Sadim is going to get caught up and demolished.
Kapisi, this is the Sakala. We are in position and ready to engage.
Understood. Moving to attack now. Good luck.
We have reached the vicinity of the Ashoka's resourcing operations. Galcian production cruisers marked at these positions, likely supporting salvage crews. A security patrol is moving between the 3 cruiser locations. Destroy all production cruisers and eliminate that patrol.
Go for carrier.
Okay, sounds good to me.
What do you need? Secure us for move.
Strike confirms.
All systems green.
Number 4 will actually now consist of the support cruiser as well.
Reading you.
So that's the new number 4.
Railgun copies.
3 will now
Base
include
runner
that
here.
heavy rail. Nope. Where's that heavy
All
rail gun
systems
gone?
green.
Ah, there they are.
Control Group 3 designated.
Strike responding. Systems online.
Rachel here? Okay, time to roll.
Base runner online.
There we go, base runner,
Time to
follow
waste
that.
him. Strike craft ready.
Okay, G's for our bombers. You know what? Oh,
Bomber
we
to
can't.
launch deck.
Oh no, we can't.
Bomber set for launch.
Target confirmed. Launch bomber.
Copy. Hostile light attack vehicle detected. Enemy contacts on the board.
Alert. Galcian combat patrol responding to our attack on the production cruiser.
Strike craft destroyed. Strike copies. Enemy armor disabled.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack course set. Contact. Enemy armor. Bearing designated.
Ah, it's Q, not G, like I thought.
Strike craft taking effective fire. Reading! Reading! Reading!
Reading! We're moving out. Spool up.
Come on, get moving over
We're
here
clear to
before they
move.
take that stuff. We want as much resources as we can get,
Salvager ready.
and we can't get that if we're losing all the resources.
Enemy production cruiser sighted. Engage and destroy. Orders! Op ready.
Ready. Engage target.
Receiving! Target! Readjust!
CU's exhausted.
Armor, go ahead. Maneuver and engage.
Come on.
Hostile strike craft down.
First Galcian cruiser destroyed.
Good.
The Galcians seem to be adjusting their formations. Can you confirm?
Stand by, Kapisi. Confirmed.
Carrier repair.
Be advised. 2 groups of Galcian combat units have broken away from the main patrol force and are strengthening defensive positions around the remaining production cruisers. Galcian production cruisers are actively fabricating new units. Stand by for enemy contact.
Okay, so that's where the
Proximity
Galcians
warning in
take
effect.
place.
Hostiles designated. Go for carrier.
CU deposit depleted.
Uh,
Bomber to launch deck.
Bomber on deck. Set the hostile light attack vehicle visually
Right, cool.
authenticated. Hostile
I'll do it.
designated. Trackers assigned.
Move out and be ready.
Light attack vehicle is under fire.
I'm gonna make my way to the wreckage over
Hostile
here.
armor incoming. Ready. Copy. Moving to strike craft destroyed. Hostile production cruiser.
Alert. Galcian Combat Patrol responding to our attack on the production cruiser. Alert. New class of Galcian unit detected. It appears to be a modification of the Star Hall heavy railgun.
An assault
It is
railgun.
faster and has a higher rate of fire, but a shorter range. Go for armor.
Reading.
This is Rachel. Go ahead.
Combat
New
alert.
heading.
Bomber lost. Op ready.
Oh
Support ready.
damn! We lost a bomber?
This is the captain.
Oh, you son of a gun! I don't think there's a way of replacing that. That's damn it!
Attention. Alert. The carrier in contact. Fire.
Yeah, the PC's under fire, but that's fine.
Counter for Captain ready.
It's not as bad as it could be.
Attention.
Weapon range
I
systems
wonder.
offline. Carrier
No.
repair systems are unavailable. Be advised. Carrier repair systems online. Weapon range systems currently active.
Okay,
Listen
perfect.
up. Hostile armor eliminated. Hostile on sensors. Authentication pending.
Strike fighter coordinates dialed in.
Attack course set. Hostile light attack vehicle
Bomber to launch
detected.
deck.
Send bomb
Bomber
over
set to
there.
launch.
Runner.
Right. Rachel,
Science officer en route.
get moving.
Move order confirmed. Reading you.
Enemy armor on approach.
Reading you. Get us moving.
Hostile strike craft down.
New
Our
coordinates
bomber
Come on,
is taking
get
fire.
moving.
We got a railgun under fire. Go for orders.
Railguns, fall back.
Receiving. Reading. Armor copies. Target to front.
God damn it! No! Ah!
Railgun lost. Strike craft taking effective
Wankers.
fire. Ready for assignment. Proceed to new coordinates. Confirmed.
Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders.
Those charges, I should detonate them. No, come on. There we go.
Artifact position authenticated. Awaiting orders.
Rachel, grab that
Science officer
artifact as soon as
responding.
possible.
Prep to load an artifact.
We've grabbed all the resources at this site.
Can you confirm visual?
That is a lot. Jeez. They're not happy with me, are they?
Alert. Red alert. Command carrier taking fire.
Artifact recovered. Authentication confirmed.
Right, once this assault's done, we'll go to the next resource site.
Level steady. Maintain power up. Listen up.
Strike fighter approach vector dialed in.
Attack vector dialed in. We're in the
Oh,
pipe.
armored logistics efficiency.
Target confirmed.
Unidentified hostile incoming.
Copy.
Authenticate.
Bomber on deck.
Enemy armor disabled.
How's this look over here?
Enemy light attack vehicle marked on approach. Enemy salvager destroyed. All hands.
Not exactly correct, but hey,
Carrier
it
copy.
works out.
Steady pace.
I don't want to bump into that Galcian defense force,
Location
honestly.
marked. Salvage array ready. Construction units identified. Carrier here. Position marked. Take us out. Ready.
We're getting beyond horizon update showing
Systems
hostile
online.
contact.
Ready.
Break. Speed is under
We're moving out.
Hostile armor incoming.
Moving out.
Right, we have another one up here. We'll go for that in a bit. I want to get rid of the production cruisers, honestly.
PC reading.
Strike
We got
fighter
something on the horizon.
fighters
Waiting
over there.
for eyes on to attack systems online. Ready to burn. Strike copies.
I probably should get moving actually.
Copy that. Coordinates confirmed.
So we'll get moving over in their direction.
Hostile armor eliminated.
Production cruiser still in effect, which is unfortunate.
Reading. Hostile light attack vehicle detected. Coordinates confirmed. Destination set.
Move on to this ridge.
Op ready. We're clear to proceed.
Move the tanks
Receiving.
forward
Green line
and
confirmed. Hostile sighted.
go for them.
Hammer it. Get us over there. Enemy production cruiser has appeared in the AO. Light attack vehicle is under fire.
Come on. That's right, chase after us.
Move order confirmed.
Hunt us down, we are defenseless. We are completely defenseless, yeah, that's right.
Cord strike craft destroyed. Armor vehicle taking effective fire. Move order confirmed. Fast attack pattern. Full speed. Lock! Return fire! Enemy armor disabled.
Right, out.
Hostile railguns have opened up.
Armor, go ahead. Receiving. Readjust target. Orders. Go for armor. Reading.
Hostile detected. Visual unconfirmed.
Armor ready. On our way.
Right, get out, armor.
Engage. Armor is alert.
Fall back.
LAB down.
Give me a smoke screen and be ready. Second production cruiser destroyed. Be advised, all remaining Gaussian combat units are converging on the final production cruiser. Move it! Incoming transmission from the Sakala.
Hostile.
Okay, so
Sakala,
the
your
returning.
signal is breaking up. Isolate and dampen interference.
Sounds like they're returning.
Sakala, say again. What is the Ashoka's vector? Sakala, do you read? Over. We are well within range of their broadcast. The Gaussian may be jamming the signal.
CU site exhausted.
Alert. Salvager destroyed. Attention. Alert. Support craft has been engaged.
Reading. Go for orders.
Ready.
Enemy salvager neutralized.
Right, so
This is the captain. Hostile armor eliminated. Salvager copies. Ready for orders. Mobilize.
ow.
Go, we're getting ripped apart. We've got hostile on sensors. Confirm visual. Listen
Holy
up. Ahead full.
crap.
Alert. Carriers in taking
Dialed
fire.
in.
Green line confirmed. Engines hot.
That is not good. That is too many railguns.
All hands.
Oh, come on. Let me select it. There we go. Base runner, run.
Set
Run.
new heading.
Attention.
Whew.
Move through this hot zone.
Acknowledged. We're cleared to move.
Whew. That was
CU field
something
expended.
else.
Go for Capizzi.
CU deposit depleted.
Let's just actually stick with 4 more. Nope, that's not what I meant to do.
Strike confirmed. Armor online.
4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Carrier here.
Salvager online.
Let's go for 15
CU
of them.
field depleted.
Acknowledged. Go for Capizzi.
Again,
Salvager
I
online.
guess 2 more would be nice.
Send orders. CU's identified. Proceed to site. Get her moving. Unknown inbound.
Runner here.
Designating hostile.
Reposition.
Where's inbound?
Armored assault operational.
I don't see inbound at all.
Confirmed. Armor confirms.
Acknowledged. Board's green. Reposition.
Ah, that's unfortunate. The production cruiser and the combat patrol have both grouped up on top of each other.
Go for carrier.
So to get one, I'll have to hit the other one.
Operational.
Ugh.
Armor copies. Strike responding.
So we have 7 of them right now.
PC,
Let's
go ahead.
get 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we'll keep it at 10 right now.
PC reading.
Runner copies.
Maintenance person.
Light attack vehicle online.
Get her back up and running, followed by the base runner here.
Protocols active.
Light attack vehicle in service. CU field
Carrier
expended. CU site exhausted.
All systems green.
CU deposit depleted. Fleet Group 2 assigned.
Railguns. Plus that one.
Tracking armored craft on approach.
Fleet Group 3 assigned.
No, no, no,
Hostile
move,
designated.
move.
Trackers
Armor,
assigned.
go ahead. Maneuver and engage.
Ready for orders. Armored vehicle is taking fire. Engage. Hold position. Move.
Come on,
Guard marked
right.
armor.
Receiving. Copy. Target set. Punch it.
Enemy armor disabled.
All out.
CU's exhausted.
Oof.
Railgun copies.
Rachel here. Just when we were getting comfortable.
Hostile production cruiser verified. Take it
If
out.
you were getting comfortable, then we're not doing it right.
Attention.
Weapon range systems offline. Carrier warning. Heat levels are spiking. Reroute power to avoid system damage. CU
Oh.
field depleted.
Go
Did you
ahead.
really do that?
Reminder,
That's
Railgun is taking effective fire.
a bit silly.
Contact. Counter.
Enemy salvager destroyed. Railgun reading you. Move confirmed.
Reposition.
That was a touch
Combat
silly of
relay.
you, wasn't
Hostile
it?
production cruiser eliminated.
RU site exhausted.
Like seriously, why would you?
Reading.
Why would you do that?
Control Group 1 designated.
Reading.
Go for ranged. Op ready. On our way. Punch it. Armor vehicle taking effective fire. Tracking
Strike
on.
fighter ready for service.
Come on.
Reading for orders.
Hostile
Fall back.
armor eliminated.
Release smoke. Acknowledged. Deploy smoke screen.
Strike craft taking effective fire.
Orders.
And
Location
voila.
marked.
Perfect. I keep forgetting to tell Suji.
Let's move.
Rachel.
Operations
To
update.
thingy.
RUs in the region have been drained.
Well,
Carrier copies.
Ready. Systems online.
Rachel here.
may as well get
Runner
everyone
copy.
to follow
Systems ready.
carrier now.
PC, go ahead.
Reading you, Command. Guard set.
Carrier here. Carrier moving. Seal hatches.
Oh, they're coming towards us.
New course chart.
Why are you coming towards us?
Carrier here. Go for carrier. Salvage array ready. Secure PDA for move.
Strike confirms. Armor online.
We're
Come
moving
on.
out. Spool up.
Hostile on sensors. Authentication pending.
Okay, they're just salvagers. Ooh, I've got an idea.
Runner.
Rachel, I like
Tracking
salvagers.
unit. Reading you.
Salvagers are nice, especially when they're filled with resources. There we go. Perfect.
Rachel here. Science
Nice.
officer responding.
Strike craft ready.
We're cleared to move.
No, don't come and
Okay.
attack
Hostile
me,
light attack
please.
vehicle visually authenticated. Enemy
Aww.
armor on approach. Alert, Rachel is under fire. Coordinates confirmed. Enemy railgun firing on friendly. Reposition. Armored vehicle is taking fire. Alert, Rachel is at 75% hull integrity. Warning,
Rachel, fall.
Red alert, Rachel's hull at 25%. She needs support. Deploy smoke. Armor confirmed. Ready. Enemy armor disabled.
Flipping hell.
Reading for orders. Target, readjust. On target. Hostile range craft destroyed.
Ooh. Whew.
Awaiting orders.
Final production cruiser group destroyed.
Intel, I've managed to clean up the Sakala transmission. It's not perfect, but it's the best it's gonna get.
To PC, we've engaged the Ashoka, but they have broken away and approaching your location. Prepare to take evasive action. Do you copy? We are in pursuit.
Good work, Rachel. All stations, prepare to engage the Ashoka.
Units identified. Be advised. Tracking hostiles. Moving. Be advised. Hostile carrier detected.
Hi.
Enemy carrier detected. Moving fast on our location. The Ashoka has arrived. All carrier personnel to battle stations.
That does look really cool though, the fight that's happening, but I would like to control this fight.
The Ashoka is heading towards
Yeah,
the
get it.
resource deposit and is at full combat strength. Prepare defenses.
Alert. Carrier is taking fire.
This is not how I wanted it to go!
Support craft down. We got a railgun under fire. Moving. Red alert. Command carrier taking fire. Armor vehicle taking effective fire. Light attack vehicle is under fire.
This is not how it should be going. Oh, this is...
Alert. Light attack vehicle destroyed. Armored vehicle has been destroyed.
I may have to do this myself.
Receiving.
Intel, I'm detecting an energy buildup within the Ashoka.
What's happening now? Oh!
What the hell was that?
An electromagnetic pulse.
Multiple units disabled.
Estimate time to recovery.
Several minutes.
Until then, they're defenseless.
The Ashoka is heading for more resources and deploying additional defensive units. Initiate evasive maneuvers and continue to engage the Ashoka until the EMP disabled units come back online. A large group of Galcian units is inbound from the Ashoka.
Enemy railgun firing on...
They lack anti-air defenses.
Oh,
Recommend airstrike.
Alert. Strike fighter lost. Red alert. Command carrier taking fire. Interceptor taking hostile fire.
Intel, EMP energy signature detected. They are recharging the weapon.
Taking effective fire.
Ow.
Advise when the EMP approaches firing readiness.
I'm gonna have to do this to this point myself.
Support on that position. Red alert. Carrier hull at 25% integrity. Repeat. Command carrier needs support. Armored vehicle is taking fire.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I really could have done much.
Has been destroyed.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave that there for now and send the over to Future Monkey for the lures. So I'll see you in the next time when I actually do that fight and hopefully beat the living crap out of them. Cause ow, that was a bit mean. Oh hey, I noticed that you're basically right where the enemy carrier will spawn. So enjoy. Oh, thanks, love it. Ah, yay! Thank you very much, Past Monkey, for actually sending it over this time. Anyway, the Manan. Perhaps the strangest of all the Kithid, Kharakid Kithid is the Manan, or the Travellers. Through the blood bonds between the Manan, though the blood bonds between the Manan are not strong, they range greatly in physical appearance and Kith traditions. They are nevertheless all considered one family, especially by outsiders. who for centuries viewed the nomadic tribe as a dire threat to their decency and morals, to unprotected holdings, and the virtue of young men and women from good families. The antipathy towards the Manon is simply enough to it's simple enough to explain. During a time where the majority of Kharakans were hard-working farmers clinging to their life with teeth and fingernails, the Manon maintained a traditional nomadic existence. They travelled from place to place, stopping at watering places to rest. If the water is surrounded by a hold, the Manon expected hospitality. Though they were rarely hostile towards farmers and city dwellers, they resisted any temptations to settle or civilize their kith. Driven by hunger for new experiences and restlessness, few other Kharakans could understand. The Manon could never stay in one place for a long time. They simply picked up their stakes and moved on to the waste again, leaving the security and the hard work of the house and holds behind them. The earliest history mention of the Manon Wanderers came from the year 340 KDS, when holding along the shore of the White Desert complained that their farms had been raided by travellers, according to a report sent from the Kithsa. The White Desert holders had recently closed their gates to the wandering Kith, refusing them permission to make camp in the wasteland. Waterside even. Though the Manon went peacefully at the time, they returned by night and came to the wall by the hundreds, overwhelming the resistance of the surprised holders. At the end, the Manon were accused of stealing nearly a ton of food and 100 man weights of water, which was incidentally just a bit more tribute than what was owed by the White Desert holders of their Kithsa that year. The tale of the White Desert holders was dubious for many reasons, though it is completely believed that by landed Kharaki at the time of the centuries to follow. The report that the man came over the wall of the sand dike by the hundreds is absurd, given the fact that traditional Manon never travelled in groups along an extended family. Larger than an extended family, and in such a group there would have been dozens of able-bodied men at most. To find the Mani by the hundreds, one would have to seek them in the gathering round, their yearly meeting place at the sands of Ferin Shah, the dancing ground. Not only was Ferin Shah nearly 200 miles from the White Desert, but focus at such a gathering would be a celebration and drinking, not killing and looting. Fighting of any kind was forbidden at the Ferin Shah. To profane sacred ground with the spilling of blood is the greatest Manon taboo. This is to say there is no basis for Kith Manon's early reputation as thieves. Unfortunately, no. If the majority of the Manon were innocent of raiding, there were still some who were undoubtedly travelled in greater strength and might have been capable of carrying out a few water barrels. The majority of travellers were probably guilty of a little judulous pilfering from time to time. Okay. Even if it was only picking a pocket or picking fruit up in the nights. The real question was whether the Manon were really thieves, but why? If they were widely believed to be thieves, would the majority of holdings open the gates to the Manon visitors? A question of one would suffice: entertainment. The Manon were always traders, but prior to the Great Migration, they never complete with legitimate trade routes among the northern holdings, at least when it came to the transportation of mundane cargoes. In order to survive, the Kith travellers needed to bring their would-be hosts something that they could not get cheaper or more routinely somewhere else. In some cases, the Manon would carry rare drugs or medications that could be found only in remote places or traffic in taboo items. But since their caravans were often searched before they were allowed to enter a holding, the Manon would more often carry less tangible but even more valuable freight: music, laughter, and spectacle. A break from the hard, unrelenting work of the desert farmer's life. For many years, Kith Manan survived by their wits and their ability to amuse hold-born Kharaki. Singers, poets, musicians, dancers, actors, and conmen. There is nothing to the rumour that Manon could perform dark magic, but they could certainly make your purse and a 15-year-old daughter disappear. They are essentially gypsies by the sounds of it. After the Great Migration began, life changed drastically in the Manon, though they were not paid for an important role in the first crossing. A small kith of travellers accompanied in the Pack 2 of the Sand Dwellers left Albigdo. Oh, I'm sorry, that's really confusing and hard to say. I think it's Albegido though. In 490, most of them returned to the north in 497 KDS, bringing their 3 masted ships with them. The Manon took their new technologies in droves and made many improvements on the original design. During the beginning of the Heresy Wars, Manon life was still the Manon were still living in the north, suffered badly under the rule of the Sadim and the Galizen. Their freewheeling and joyous attitude was anathema to both the Great Kithid, and one of the few points of doctrine that both parties could agree was that the Manon were abominations before the eyes of Seljuk. The last century at Freyan Shah was held. The celebration of Freyan Shah was held in 513, during which the army of the Sadim attacked the dancing ground and slaughtered the celebrants wholesome. Wow, okay, that's a bit mean. After the massacre at Fin Shah, or Ferren Shah, I meant, the majority of the Kith Manon survivors took to the sail and the sword. Manon raiders, once largely a myth, became a grim and terrible reality to Sadim holdings that bordered the desert. No one was safe from the pirate sailors. And the sight that the mast of the horizon was an occasional panic and terror. Within a few hundred years, however, the Manon exhausted their appetite for bloodshed and began using their ships for more profitable ventures. At the end of 656 HDS, the Manon built a new dancing ground, the Pack 2 held south ground, that turned their fleet completely to trade. The questioning spirit of the Manon was not dead completely even today. With Kith Manon controlling enormous wealth and all of the other Karakids Kithids, it is the most likely to produce a diplomat or a salesman. Manon are also common in the ranks of the scout pilots, and they are always eager to volunteer when it's time to fly an experimental craft. Being the first to see anything new and different is a hunger that still burns deep in their blood. Interesting, okay. The Sadim. No future without tradition. Though Kith Sadim was always being the major voice in the deciding of the declaration of all Kithans, Karakans even, it is always pulled back from the brink when the path to complete domination meant risking the destruction of the entire Kith. During the Heresy Wars, the Sadim were largest proponents of the Fall of Grace faction. Those that believed their people had still exiled due to the acts of hubris that offended the gods. Their greatest enemy, the Kith Galizen, believed that the very idea was an affront. To believe a people capable of vexing the gods was ignorance beyond the belief of the existence of heresy. Okay. And the essence of heresy, my mistake. To modern minds, the Galizen and the Sadim engaged in decades of madness to decide not if they were a cursed people, but how that curse was being carried out. The war continued, with many lives and resources being savagely squandered, until finally Kith Nabal emerged from Tyr. Nabal offered reason in the face of dogma, and resistance in the face of tyranny, and the Kithid and the Kharak responded with a resounding roar of assent. The religious Kithid reacted with this massive shift in power structure in vastly different ways. Some Tao, exhausted from poor trade and finances during returned to the earth, following a call to strengthen the Kharak from its roots. Galicians retreated deeper into its dogma, went mad and destroyed their greatest city, and then retreated to the desert rather than give up in a war that only could be rationalized. That only they could rationalize. And finally, Kith Sadim seems to have found a third way. When their own mad dream had been chosen, when their own mad dream of being the chosen god began to shatter, they rejoined society as quietly and progressively as possible, given the circumstances. They made the right remunerations and quietly paid the right reparations by the early 800s, the Sadim were once again a majority player in the Kithid policies and the new Diamant. Over the past 3 centuries, Kith Sadim has presented a viewpoint of adopting new challenges and looking to the past for lessons instead of dogma. For instance, while Sadim Sa has opposed loosening the laws that keep family branch bound to their kith, the tactic they have followed to make this law as conservative as possible, while still satisfying the economic needs for sideways mobility when in Kharakid society. Sadim Sa has almost always been the cornerstone of the military arm of the coalition, and has never skimmed in its own contributions, both in personnel and material, of various campaigns against the Galician raiders over the past few decades. They have been instrumental in the development of state-of-the-art crawler forces of their military arm as well. A few sore notes still sound in an otherwise harmonious accord. Kith Sadim have always charged in front of the Diamids recently, with claims that Sadim military units have been guilty of excessive force during the operations against the old enemy of the Heresy Wars. Sadim Sa answered these charges by stating the most well-documented instances of isolated cases of war stress. They are unfortunate and regrettable, but do not represent any kind of official policy. Stories like this show that the dispute the energy that Sadim have invested in becoming part of the Kharak's future. Their past still clings to them. While the other major Kithids have not pressed any formal complaints against the Sadim, they have done little to defend their allies against these rumours. It is still said that the financial Donan Kith that rose to prominence during the mission Silliman riots in 1024 KDS were being secretly funded by an arm of the Sadim intelligence force. All-powerful Kith have rumored... All-powerful Kith have one rumour and another levelled against them at any given moment. From the Baal corporate control schemes to theories that the Kith Sajet actually plans to free Kharak in some sort of super rocket. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, flee Kharak in some kind of super rocket. Sorry, I read that as free, and I'm like, wait, what? The current edge of unease towards the Sadim can be seen as nothing more than a sign that desperate growing problems. The Kith Sadim has acknowledged the force in the modern Diamid's policies. The respect and cooperation extended towards the Sadim is a fitting tribute for the Kith that stood at the brink of destruction before accepting their future and finding a place for it in themselves. It is a lesson that all Kith can only pray at the Gleason Sa will learn from before more lives and resources are lost. You know what? Let's continue. May as well just continue, because that was a reasonably short episode and we're not hit an hour yet. So yeah, Horal. I mean, we got quite a lot to go through here. I'm sorry about this. This is quite a lot, talking about the families. Horal. To explore the history of the Krithid on Kharak, is to enter the world of deepest tradition, where the actions that drive the world today have their origin and events going back centuries. Of course, no matter how much a society cherishes tradition, there is always those who reject the past in favour of a new paradigm that fits the situation around them. Kithral would be the best example of this attitude. Their philosophy places them at the boundary between innovation and blasphemy. Hral was born of the chaos at the end of the Heresy Wars, crushed between the Galeazan aggression and the Sadim pogroms. Yeah, I was right. Dozens of Kithid were shattered and left with no chance to seek shelter with the aggressors. Even when Nabal emerged from the as a force of stabilization, the rules of Kith-based society made their choice a difficult one. Changing Kith alliances is a virtual surrender to another's destiny, to that of a much more powerful group of total strangers. No chance at all until the 5 Sa had shattered the Kithid met in the small tent outside the forest of Tyr, and fortress of Tyr, and decided that tradition and all its rules had failed them completely. They decided that they owed nothing to the old system, and there would be no bending of the knee. The remnants of the 5 families would unify under the new name and elect a new Sa from among themselves. They would have beholden to the will of no other Kith. When the sun came up and the doors of the new Diamid were opened, a new Kith entered. A new Sa took her place among them, stating herself as an equal among equals. And no one quite knew what to do. At first, the guards and priests assumed that they were looking at the Sa of some vassal Kith, presenting herself to bring some issue or another to their attention, perhaps from a group so provincial that the women of her entourage did not know where to stand or sit. But when the quiet, composed woman brought her own seat to the great arch and announced herself the new Haral Sa, the Diamid exploded in an uproar. The Sabani guards first responded to the roars of outrage and removed the interlopers, but a single look from their own Sa stilled them in their tracks. Despite the bellows of the Nabal and Sadim, whose Sas were so rarely in agreement even, the calm, reasoned, and often amused comments from Paktu, Somtau, and Soban carried that day. Keith Hral survived and was recognized formally as a legitimate Kith. Despite the wave of popular support that swept through the Kraken society at this moment, when the existence of Hral was made to feel like something had truly changed in the... When the existence of Haral made it feel like something had truly changed in all Kithid, great or small, the following years were not so easy for fledgling Kith. In addition to consult legal charges to their existence, mostly arranged by Sadim, Hral was finding it difficult to establish its niche in society. Whereas, amongst all other Kith, no matter how small, had centuries-long reputations, and one specifically, spectrally Yeah, spectacly. Or another. Haral was formed by necessity, not by shared tradition of skill. It hosted artisans, engineers, physical scientists, and economists, but not enough to sell its services as a unified group. It began to look as if Saddam would get its way and Haral would fail. Disbanded not by law but by the force of simple economics. Haral was going broke. One day the forlorn Stel Haral Sa was touring the Nabal Ironworks where Sajet technicians supervised a group of surely Nabal artisans as they crafted one of the new Nabal steam cars. As she watched the team struggle to convey their different views and argued over the best way to proceed, she was struck by inspiration that would change the face of modern Kharak forever. Seeing that the workers of two different kiths had such different cultures struggled to cooperate and communicate, she realised that while the Haral could never hope to exceed the knowledge base of the Sajid, or the mechanical skill of the Nabal, they did have one thing the other kithid could not match. An ardent, an ardent, I'm sorry about that. An urgent motivation to work together. With that, the Haral Sa returned to her meagre kith holdings and conveyed to her kith that she had glimpsed the future, and that all it would take was an ounce of wealth in the kith had in order to purchase the rights to make the Nabal steam car under the license. By the end of the new triad, the Saz of Nabal and Sajet were invited to watch. The 40 Haral workers spent a day putting together 3 steam cars that would have taken the other kith a month to make. Oh wow, okay. Haral had used its unique blend of disciplines to separate a complex mission by creating an incredibly sophisticated machine and an orderly pattern of relatively simple tasks. Within a year, the Haral created a revolution in industry that is still being felt today. In an empty work shed, they had created the first assembly line. From that one humble work shed, Haral had since expanded to build Kharak's largest manufacturing yard, and encompassed thousands of workers who cooperated to build everything from sand crawlers of our largest command carriers. Everything from sand crawlers to our largest command carriers. I'm sorry. My eyes are now jumping around and reading things wrong with the dyslexia. But anyway, while a new conglomerate kith are still in common, splintering does happen often enough that the leaders of the larger kithid have become far more sensitive to the needs of the smaller member families. And while Haral has never been the closest of all allies in the Sadim, the two kithid have worked together closely. The newest Sadim command carrier was built by the Haral's main manufacturing yard outside of Tyr. Change is its own curse. Ironically, Haral managed to fall out of internal dissent that may yet still shake Kith to its core. Despite the foundation and adaptability, many engineers and scientists of Haral broke away from Kith Lirhara in 1012, which shifted their combined holdings from manufacturing assets and terrestrial hardware to aerospatial fabrication and orbital deployment. Their argument is that Lirhara will soon be in the position to dominate the new frontier of Kharakan engineering technology, with desert exploration hardware currently being so lucrative that the current Haral Sa Jadonus and much of his internal council do not believe that this is yet a time of risk in everything on expensive technologies that may never bear any tangible valuable assets. Time will tell whether Haral will adopt even Time will tell. I'm sorry. Time will tell whether Haral will adapt to the ever-shifting industrial landscape, or whether it's time for a new group of families to forge its own future. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there, so until next time, all the best, and I hope you enjoyed.